Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and today I present to you a new series. So this series is going to be called The Illustrated Library, and every now and then I am going to do a flip through of one of my favourite art books. I have been collecting art related books for about 20 years, maybe even a bit longer. When I was a teenager, my favourite thing to do was to browse bookshops. I was a heavy reader and every Christmas or birthday my parents would get me a special art book that I had, loved. And because they're expensive, art books, they add up very quickly. I started collecting in my teens. And then when Aaron and I first started dating, he would buy me art books as presents as well. And so I have quite a substantial collection. So I thought that I would show them to you and see if there's anything that floats your boat that you're interested in. Also, if you're an OG inklet, you might recognize this fabric. I am going to be pairing these book reviews with my favorite little fabric bits and bobs that I've saved over the years. Years ago I did the 100-day project and I made a little journal for my son, which is not actually it is. I've actually unpacked it. So I made this traveler's notebook, which there are process videos somewhere, and this is one of my favorite things that I've ever made in my life, and it captured 100 days of his little toddlerhood, and I posted every day over on Instagram. Did I ever do a flip through of this? Let me know in the comments if I have. Oh, that elastic's broken. Bye. But I documented all of his little milestones that he was hitting, his first steps, all sorts of things, and every day I'd take a photo of the spread that I did on one of my fabric little swatch bits that I've got. And so I thought that these are just sitting there not doing anything. I thought they'd make a great backing for this new series. So enough blabbing. This is the first book we're looking at, and it's a new one. So this is called The Illustrators Sketchbook. Oh, sorry, it's not the Illustrators Sketchbooks, and it's by Martin Salisbury. It's published by Thames and Hudson, and it was $60 from Kinokuniya, which I went to a month or two ago, and it has a fascinating journey through the personal, playful, sometimes experimental sketchbooks of 60 international illustrators, both well-known and emerging. And it got me because I freaking love artist sketchbooks. I think that they are so inspirational to look at, and I just like the aesthetics of photos of sketchbooks. To me, that is gorgeous, and it has a map in it. You peeps know I'm obsessed with maps. So we're gonna have a little flippity flip chat about some of the things and some of the inspiration in here. Just checking, this light is giving me some grief today. There we go, that's a bit better. It's quite a long book, so it only just fits in here. But I like that it's a bit of a different sized book as well. It's, I don't know, the size really works with the content that's in here. And I will often flip through these when I'm needing some inspiration, needing a little boost, even just to look at color combinations like this bright yellow with the green. It can just, looking through art books can give you so many different ideas. Layering white pencil on top of black paint is another one that I quite liked when I was flipping through this. And it's very interesting to look at different styles, because the great thing about art is that there's no right way how to do art. Everyone is different, and it gives you a little bit of a blurb about each artist as well. My favorite illustrator, Oliver Jeffers, is in here too, which made buying this book you know, all the more joyful that I knew that that was in here. I love this, like all of the little paper scraps and things, and I think this would be a fun thing to possibly introduce the kids to some different forms of illustration, and to have a go at some things ourselves. Like I could show the kids this page and we could make our own version of that using different colors, or make little characters by cutting up bits of paper. I think that would be really fun for them. Or I could show them something like this and we could go out and about and try and use some watercolors while we're either at the beach or somewhere else in the backyard. So I just think it's a great way to open your eyes to different styles, because quite often, you know, our Instagram feeds are tailored to our likes. Oh, my battery, every video. Right, we're back on track. But I think what I was saying is that our Instagram and our social media accounts are so tailored to our likes and to showing us more of the same thing of what we enjoy. And so, for example, a lot of my Instagram illustrative feed, I guess you could say, is quite a lot of like urban sketching, but in a painted pencil technique kind of format, very colourful, very happy, cottage core-y, you know, that type of style. I don't see things like this in my Instagram feed because the algorithm knows what I like from things that I've liked and things that I've saved, and it just shows me more of that, which I like because, you know, you get to find new artists. Things like this, I love this with the pencil. I really like the texture of pencil on top of paint. Really, really love that. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe another video we could do an urban sketching inspired by this style. Anywho, what I was saying is that it just opened your eyes to some different, you know, techniques that you might want to try, and different mediums as well. So I would never think to draw in a lined notebook because in my brain lines are for writing and it's very hard to not do that. And so even just getting exposed to things like that that are, you know, a bit out of your usual realm. Colours of this, gorgeous. Love that. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun series, especially if you don't have access to a lot of art books or the budget, because like I said, this collection that I've had has grown over 20 years because they do cost a bit of money, and they, you know, they're something that I treasure. And that is that the creator of Baba? It is. Oh, that's Baba. I used to watch that when I was a kid. I recognise the glasses. Just had to skip over the last page because there was some things that might get me shadow banned on YouTube on there. As with life drawing in the art world. But I really am glad that I bought this book. I was tossing up between this one because I had, so long story short, if you don't know Aaron and I's background with this particular bookshop, we freaking love this bookshop. It's in the middle of Sydney, and which is a couple of hours away for us, and we went there with the kids in the school holidays, which is actually a vlog that you will see later this month, or early next month I think. But it's the biggest bookshop you could possibly imagine. It is filled to the brim with all sorts of topics, every type of topic that you could possibly wish for. Love that. Ooh, that's cool too. And you will find a book. If you have a passion for something, you will find books about that passion. Oh, it's the illustrator for Tintin. And we save up. We usually go once a year, and so we have a budget of you know, I think, what did I have this time? I think I had close to $200 that I'd saved up for the prime purpose of getting an art book and a gardening book. And so I was tossing up between this one and another one that I really loved, and I wish that I had got that as well. I wish that I had dived into my non-book budget and also shouted myself that one. But it was one on urban sketching, and so that will probably be the one that I get next time. Oliver Jeffers is my favourite illustrator. I just love the way he combines book pages and textury paint. It's just scrumptious. We have so many of his books. He has a lot of picture books, and Archie, when Archie was a bub, his favourite book was called Stuck, which is one of his. But I love his, I don't know, just the texture that comes out in his illustrations, because he often uses collaged papers and gritty paint and pencils. He also has does a lot of like political style things as well, and I respect that. And yeah, his Instagram is beautiful as well. I'm just checking that there's no sneaky pictures, no life drawings coming up, because I think there's one more in here somewhere. But look, collecting art books is something that, if you want to start, it's really motivational to do, and it could just be as easy as asking friends and family, you know, when it comes to Christmases or birthdays, to get you a voucher for a bookshop, or if you know a particular book that you like, to ask for that, and you'll slowly accumulate your collection. I love this. I don't think I have it handy, do I? Perhaps I do. I started this, yeah, I do. I started this Moleskine. This one. I started this last year, no, the year before, and I really liked the size of it. It is creamy paper, and it's, you know, it's of course it's that thin moleskin paper, so it's not made for a lot of mixed media, but we're pushing the boundaries because that's what we like to do. And this was the first page. Arch and I went to the Japanese gardens that are up near us, and there's a koi pond, and so he drew this little koi fish and the little starfish and things, and then he wrote, "I like koi fish." So I stuck that in, and then I drew one and used some pencils to do it. And then you could see it on the back, so I did just do that on the back, which is something that I'm struggling a little bit with this, but we'll learn to cope with it. But I didn't even know about, like, I've never heard of Manuel Marceau before, but I love the combining of the Polaroid with the urban sketching, and that's what I did here. I did this back in 23, and we went to Melbourne, celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary, kid-free, and I did a little watercolour while I was sitting in the foyer. I think I was waiting for Aaron to park. No, we didn't drive. Why was I waiting for him? I was waiting for something anyway, and I took a little Polaroid and stuck that in there. But I do have, I think this is a video over here on this channel perhaps. I did skip a page here, but this is the sketchbook style that I love, like little paint swatches and, you know, combining watercolour and penciling, and I hope to continue doing some urban sketching. Do you want to go out and about with me one day and we can try and be brave and do arty stuff in front of other people? Yeah, I just, ooh, that crinkle is satisfying. Anyway, that's just a tangent there. Oh, and I've put, what is that from? Oh, the book is shedding. Has anyone else had that? Is that normal? Why is it doing that? Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to have to put some tape over that because that's going to just keep shedding everywhere. Has anyone had a moleskin shed like that? It hasn't been like, that's just from me using it a few times. Not a fan. Alright, get all of the black stuff out of my book and back to our presentation. Yeah, this is someone I'm going to have to look up. I'll have to see if they have like an Insta page or some sort of somewhere online that they share their bits and bobs. Ooh, that's cool. That looks like a Moleskine too. It's like a graph paper one. That's cool. But yeah, different things that you can pick up from an art book, and I just thought I'd share it with you because it's something that I have watched videos of some art books that I have seen online, and I wanted, you know, quite often when you go to a bookshop website, they have a picture of the cover and then often like the contents or something, and then maybe, if you're lucky, one or two other pictures of what the inside of the book looks like. And it's frustrating. I understand it, but it's frustrating. Ooh, I like that. But it also means that you're kind of taking a bit of a chance on, you know, if you're laying down $60 for one book, you're kind of just guessing that it's going to be up your alley, because not all of us live near bookshops that have a great big supply of art books. My local bookshop, it has some art books, but not things like this that are a bit more niche. Like it would have a book on Monet and a book on Da Vinci and a book on Impressionism and things like that, but not the nitty-gritty of a kind of a behind the scenes of artistry. It just shows the finished product, perhaps. Oh, that's cool too. But I hope this series can give you some ideas. If there's something that you like, if there's something in here that you'd like to try and see me replicate, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Not replicate, but gain inspiration from. I have a long-standing series on Patreon called Inspiration from a Picture Book, where I pick a picture book that I love the illustrations of, and I use inspiration from that to create a couple of different journal spreads. And I feel like we could do something similar over here, but I think we're almost at the end here. Very pretty. I have quite a few of these. Oh, that is gorgeous. I have quite a few of these artist sketchbook type ones, and this is one of the faves. So yeah, if you're interested in it, she's a good buy. I don't think you can buy off I don't think Hiiiii have a website, but I'm sure that there'd be another bookshop that you could find that online somewhere that would have it. Oh, my phone is, my bestie's calling me. I might answer that afterwards. But I hope you've enjoyed today's little video, something a bit different. So we'll probably do another book review in a month or two. Let me know if you have any requests for specific type of art books. I have so many different types. I have ones on more on like artist sketchbooks. I have a studio one which is beautiful. I have specific illustrators and artists as well. I have graffiti. I have different art periods, 1,000 years of art, all sorts. So if there's a particular one that you'd like to kind of learn a bit more about, let me know. But until next time, I will see you later on. Bye.